A very good morning to all my subscribers, viewers in the house. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching us from. You are welcome to this channel. Before we dive into the news, let's look at some newspapers headline today. We have this saying Edo governorship, the Edo governorship election, free and fair. Aggrieved individuals should approach law court. This is coming from the INEC chairman. The INEC chairman is telling those who are aggrieved in the Edo governorship election that they should approach the court, that the election was free and fair. All right, the next is coming from Daily Trust. Daily Trust will use Edo template in Ondo, Anambara State. Ganduje is the APC national chairman, and he's saying that they will use the same template they used in winning Edo State to win Ondo and Anambara. Ondo is APC state, if I'm not mistaken, but Anambara is ABGA. All right. Yes, they can do it. They can do it. We know that Nigeria is no longer conducting an election, but rather selection. Nigeria has been captured. It's a captured state. And no wonder they will tell you to go to the court. We have this coming from the Punch newspaper. The Federal Executive Council on Monday approved the construction of 40 housing units for judges and justice in Federal Capital Territory. Yes, in the Federal Capital Territory, the federal government has given an approval for the construction of 40 housing units for judges and the justice. Yes, that's why they will tell you to go to court, because they have captured the judiciary. Is it the work of the federal government to build houses for judges? They are building houses for judges. Why the Nigerian people, they will share rice to you people and 1,000 naira. This is the deputy governor of Ebonyi State sharing 1,000 naira to Nigerians, but they will go and build houses for judges in order to make sure that they pass judgments in their favor, and they will tell you to go to court if you are not happy, because they already know they have their people in the judiciary, and they will tell you go to court if you're not happy. This one is coming from Vanguard. Edo election will meet APC, INEC, and court to retrieve mandate. PDP. For me, PDP just want to waste their time and their money. Is it the people that are building houses for judges and justice that PDP feel that they will get the mandate from? Is it the CJN that passed judgment that Hope Uzodinma, who took fourth position in Imo State, is now the current governor of the state, that they are going to get judgment from? PDP should come out with another thing, not going to court. And we have this one coming from Parallel Facts. Ondo election 2024. Don't lose faith. Your vote will count. INEC tells Ondo electorate. The same thing they promised Edo people. The same thing they promised the Imolites. The same thing they told us in 2023. INEC is a sham. No wonder a lot of Nigerians are calling to boycott Ondo election until INEC is ready to conduct free, fair, and credible election. If not, 2027, Nigerians go nowhere with this type of INEC. And we have this Sahara report. Osun Magistrate Court jails man 6 months for stealing 3 tubers of yam over hardship. God. This is what the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has cost Nigerians. He just wants impoverished Nigerians. Then, during 2027, he will even dash you people 2020 naira, not even 1,000. so that you will vote for him. Imagine a man stealing 3 tubers of yam. Yet, our politicians are busy stealing millions, but these judges cannot jail them.
No, because I'm not ready to.
No, not when I'm
my guest.
you. No, we have a conversation.
You are my guest. We can have a conversation.
Yeah.
But let me quickly
be nice to your guest.
I am nice to you. But this is what Peter Obi said, and I'd like to get your view on his own
From
view.
Anambara home, he saw what was happening, right? Go on.
He said, what happened over the weekend in the name of election in Edo State does not in any way represent the democratic process we chose as a method of electing our political leadership. Instead, it was a blatant example of state capture and continued gross undermining of our democratic process and values. Any nation whose leadership recruitment process is so fatally flawed is doomed, and we are all seeing the effect in our country. I urge those in authority not to allow this situation to stand or depend on it to remain in power. How do you react to that?
Simple. I watch, check the records. The candidate of the Labour Party, of which Obi is probably their leader, it doesn't seem to be interested in party. He's more of obedient, not party. He's not an institutional person. All right? Their candidate, unfortunately, well, we can't say it's unfortunate because, I mean, that is the will of the people. Report says that he lost his unit to PDP, not to us. So if a candidate lost his unit to PDP, not to APC, maybe his attack will be on PDP. But I also noticed that when they came for a rally in Benin, he didn't wait till the end of the rally. Or if he waited, at a point he disappeared from the screen. But I don't want to really talk about Peter Obi. He's my good friend. We were governors at about the same time. I invited him to commissions of project for me in Edo State, and he did. We are good friends. It's just like the nature of politics sometimes. You know, I don't want to throw away all my friendship or to throw away my goodwill. But the truth of the matter is, from his sitting or from his hometown in Oka or in Lagos or wherever he was speaking from, certainly he was not in Benin. That is how he arrived at that conclusion. But in any case, I'm not surprised. Don't forget that only last year, Obi and Atiku were both claiming that they won. Two people claiming ownership of one phone. Two people. Oh, no, it's my own. Oh, it's my own. So, I believe one of them must be lying, at least. And yet, they were entertained.
Let's finalize on this note, and perhaps in less than 60 seconds, that's what I'm being told that we have. Going forward in this election, when back and forth, there are a lot of forces who don't agree with the outcome of the election. Where does your party go from here? Legitimacy is a very critical factor here, don't you think?
Those who elected Senator Mondo Paolo are Edo people. Obi is not from Edo State. The PDP chairman is not from Edo State. Aswa Ighodalo is a occasional visiting Edo State person. He doesn't live in Edo. He operates from Protia Hotel. He doesn't live in his village. He doesn't campaign. I campaign from my village. I campaign from my house. You say you saw people in my house yesterday. Let him do press conference at his residence to show evidence that he resides with the people. He's a visitor. And I told you people earlier that Edo people will not elect a visitor again. Visitors from Lagos. And then when they get to Edo, they say, Edo not be Lagos. Meanwhile, they made all their money one way or the other in Lagos. And then they think it's a political good statement to make. Oh, Edo not be Lagos. All right, Edo not be Lagos. But you don't understand Edo because you live in Lagos. Edo people will elect a visitor. He's a visiting Edo guy.
So that's your statement about the issue of legitimacy.
The election was won by Senator Ubeolo. So he has the mandate of the people. And that is what you call legitimacy. It is when you don't have the mandate. Or if you know the guy, you have just told me that this man is weak, is this. And yet he was able to rig out these boardroom people, this director with all the money that they command, with all the wealth that they have. A poor man like Monday is able to buy them out.
The allegations of federal might that is
no, federal might. It is say federal might, good. Federal government was there. In 2016, Obaseki won. In 2020, APC federal government was there. Oda Buhari and he won. Then it was fine. There was no federal might. The state might here. Do you know what? When I saw Obaseki celebrating the Nigerian army, but see, I'm not here to criticize anybody, but we have huge difficulties. And as I said, the problem we have is, because we are APC, if you complain of police brutality, or police ignoring you when a crime is being committed, or police shielding people, police provided escort.
Senator, we're totally out of time.
Okay.
Senator,
I believe we have won the election fair and square, and we thank Edo people, and I hope that Senator Mondo Paolo upon this one will do everything possible to justify the huge confidence